Amen, amen.
And break that thing down for you. So God was like, Dietra, okay, this is for the ladies. Fellas, you might catch on. But I got a lot of clothes. And so there's two things God said. There's some things that can't fit you anymore. And there's some things that you've used or underused that you need to put out the house. I'm trying to help you. See, there's some people that don't fit you anymore. You're trying to hold on to them. Like, I love this shirt, man. I got this shirt in New York. This shirt does not fit. Okay, y'all got some dresses and some stuff that don't fit you. I'm gonna use that way, baby. I'm gonna get back into that. No, you're not. It don't fit. Put it in the bag and let it go. I got this shirt. Ain't that cute? I never won. Some of y'all got some stuff in your house that is not yours. You ain't never used it. That's how you know it ain't yours. Some stuff that somebody in the positive to you. It might be a family member. It might be your mama. It might be somebody. They gave you some stuff that you hold it in your house. You ain't never used it. It just sits there. It's not yours. You understand what I'm saying? God said, put it in the bag. Where are your shoes at? I need to be the kids is clowning over here. That's what made me get these up. The kids had to clown on. I know, right? I was like, Miss Dietra, you're not broke. Look at you some more shoes. But I just had word them out. And I like them. Comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? There's some stuff that's in the house that needs to be taken out because you're too comfortable. I love these shoes. I took these out last night. I thought, listen, I hear you, God. I hear you. Let me see these things. I know I need to go on and put them in the bag. And there's some stuff that's in our houses that are like these shoes. They are worn out. They're comfortable. They're cozy. You love to put them on. And God says, look, I'm trying to have an extreme makeover in your life. I need you to put it in the bag and drag that stuff out to the street. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that God said. There's some stuff in the house that doesn't need to be taken out. You're going to drag this bag on out. Just let it be representative of your own stuff that you need to pack and put in this bag spiritually. And take it out the house. I'm going to give this one away. Throw them shoes in the trash. So that's the first thing that God said to me is that, you know, we need to pack some stuff away. Some stuff you need to give the gift of goodbye. Get the good. I think T.D. Jakes said he had his 7 spiritual gifts. It's a gift of goodbye. And you have to get that gift of goodbye. You need to go ahead and survey your house and say, there's stuff in here that don't fit. Or there are people in my life that don't fit anymore. You can tell when it don't fit, y'all. It don't be working. There's drama, there's acting, there's all that. You know, it's time for them. Love you. You got to put them out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
There's things, situations, circumstances. It's time to go ahead and put those out the house. The other thing that the scripture says is that the house was swept clean. There's some things we have to go ahead and clean up. Let me explain what I mean. There's some parts of our house that have basements and attics. What do y'all put in the basement and attic? Stuff, right? Usually your basement and attic has things that you don't use, right? But for some reason, you're not ready to get rid of yet. And what God was saying to me in the spirit is that a lot of times the stuff we put in the basement are situations, circumstances, things that we've seen, things that we've experienced. Sometimes it has caused us pain. Sometimes it has caused us trouble that we are not yet ready to deal with. And so what we do is we pack them away. We pack them away, put them in a nice little box, and put it in the attic in the basement, and they sit there and they stay there. And what God told me to tell y'all is that in 2011, some of the stuff that we don't pack away and put away for us to go away, bring it out. Some of us have packed ourselves away. You packed yourself away when you were a child. You had to pack what you believe God did to yourself. You packed it away in a little box and you put it up in the attic. You up in the attic. You down in the basement. You don't even see you. You see a fat cave of you. And so one of the things God is saying is some of y'all need to go and get yourself out the attic. Go pull yourself from the basement. Some of you pack yourselves away. You perform for these people. Trying to please these people. Trying to be, you know, something that you really are not. We don't talk about this. You know, usually it's something crazy, something real dysfunctional that has happened that we don't put the silence on. And you know that we are sick as our secrets. And that's usually what's in the basement. That's usually what's in the attic. It's those secrets. It's those stories. It's those things that have happened that we don't want to talk about, that we don't want to deal with. And God said that box is not like the stuff that needs to be thrown out. This stuff, how you need to sit down with it, you need to sort it and sift through it. Because there are things that are in those boxes that are valuable. There are revelations when you go through that box. There are perspectives that you don't have that you will get when you sift through that box. You understand what I'm saying? There's things that God can give you when you go through that box. So God don't want you to take that box and throw it out. God wants you to go get that box and sit down and begin to sift through it and see what's in there and keep what's valuable and put away what needs to be put away. Because some of it is so traumatic. And this is a good example of what I mean with this. Well, I think about, people that have been abused and have been hurt, In order to get through that kind of thing, there's things that you have to kind of put away for a while. You have to dose yourself. You know what I mean? And how you sort through that stuff. But there gets to a point in your relationship with God where God is trying to do something extreme. When God is trying to make you excellent, when God is trying to take you to another level, that stuff that's eating you out, you know what I mean? That's tearing you up inside. At some point, you got to deal with that. At some point, you and God will have to sit down and have an exchange about what's going on the inside. You understand what I'm saying? There's a time when you can't deal with that because you're trying to survive. You're trying to get through what you got to get through. But then there comes a time when you have to sit down with that stuff. And that's the stuff that's in the basement. I know that some of you feel guilty about this in some of the boxes. Some of you have put boxes of stuff that you don't need. And nobody will know what you did. And you carrying that guilt. You carrying that shame. You carrying that pain. Some of you got pain boxes that are up there. You don't want to open them because it's just too much. Every time you go and you look at what happened, what was said, what was done, you just get overwhelmed and you just close that box back up and throw it down back in the basement. And God said, no, see, this year I want an extreme makeover. And if I'm going to have an extreme makeover, then I need you to go get them boxes out that basement. If you put you in the basement, then I need you to go get that box. If there's shame, guilt, blame,